Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Sci-Fi Corner. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Erschen. This week we are doing another tag video. This is the Marvel vs. DC tag. That's right. Marvel Comics versus DC Comics, and also you got the movie properties as well. So Isaac asked 7 questions all about Marvel and DC Comics. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out Isaac's reviews, like and subscribe to his channel. A lot of great content. So let's get started, shall we? The first question is, if you were a superhero, who would you be and why? For me, that's going to be easy. That's Superman. The original Big Blue Boy Scout. Yes. Why? I mean, come on. The guy's got unlimited power. I mean, he's got super strength, he can fly, he's got heat vision, X-ray vision, super speed. It's just ridiculous. I mean, the guy's got impenetrable skin. You saw in Superman Returns, a guy tried to shoot him right in his eyeball and it just bounced right off. I mean, come on, you can't do anything to the guy. He's got one weakness, kryptonite, but other than that, he's just awesome. I definitely would want to be Superman more than anybody. Number 2 is, if you were a supervillain, who would you be and why? So for me, that's going to be the Mad Titan Thanos, as played by Josh Brolin in the film Avengers Infinity War. Now he's got the power to wipe out half the universe with the snap of his fingers. I mean, if that's not enough reason, you can't get any more villainous than that. Can you just imagine having that ridiculous power to be able to wipe out half the universe? Yeah, so that's my pick, Thanos. Number 3 is, if you had a superpower, what would it be? Now, this was a tough one because a lot of people would choose super strength or the power of flight, things like that. Me, I would choose mind control, the ability to control people with your mind and have them do your bidding, do whatever you want. You can do anything. They'll do anything you want with the power of your mind. Not only being ridiculously smart, but being able to manipulate people into doing whatever you want. You could tell Superman to go fly to Pluto and live there for the rest of existence, you know, and you wouldn't have to deal with Superman anymore. Can you just imagine having that power? Number 4 is, do you prefer superheroes or supervillains? For me, it's definitely going to be superheroes because all my favorite characters are superheroes, you know. Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, the Hulk, the X-Men, all of them superheroes. Not only that is, I always want to see the good guy win in the end. I want to see the good guy persevere and triumph over evil. That's a great feeling, you know. I always want to see the good guy come out on top. No matter how bad you get beaten down, I wanted to see him rise to the occasion. Alright, number 5 is, do you prefer Marvel or DC? Oh, that's a controversial topic, isn't it? Well, for me, it's always been Marvel Comics. Now, since I was a little kid at like 4 years old, you know, I got my first comic, and that was Spider-Man. And obviously Spider-Man is like the flagship character for Marvel Comics. So that's all it took for me, is one comic book and I was hooked. I just wanted to read all the Spider-Mans and all the Marvel characters like Iron Man and Captain America and the Avengers and all that great stuff. The X-Men, I love it. I love it all. Yeah, so, and then when it comes to movies, of course, you know, Marvel again, you know, they've been knocking it out of the park left and right for a long time now. And DC's kind of struggled as of late. You know, they did have some classic movies from the get-go, like Superman with Christopher Reeve, and then you had the Dark Knight trilogy with Christian Bale there. Awesome, awesome trilogy. But lately they've been kind of stumbling, you know. With Batman vs. Superman, you know, it's kind of not as good as it should have been, and the Justice League wasn't as good as it should have been, you know. Suicide Squad wasn't quite so great, you know. So yeah, for me it's going to be Marvel. I love Marvel comics. I do definitely love DC, don't get me wrong. I love Superman and Wonder Woman. That was a great movie, by the way, Wonder Woman. I love a lot of the DC characters. Batman, of course, is just legendary. But yeah, when it comes to movies, it's Marvel. And just overall, I think Marvel is more grounded in reality. It's a lot more of everyday life in Marvel comics, you know. Where at DC, I feel, is always like an outer space with all kinds of stuff like that going on. When they're out in the battling in space and fighting in space with these aliens and creatures, and yeah. So Marvel for me. Number 6 is, who is your favorite DC character and why? Again, it's going to be Superman. I just love Superman. You might say, well, yeah, you just like him because he has all that power. Yeah, that's one thing, but the other thing that I love that the Superman comics has always dealt with is the heavy burden that Superman bears, you know? The fact that he's got more power than like anybody in the universe, and he's using it for good. He's doing everything he possibly can to save everyone whenever he can at all times, and that's a heavy weight, that's a heavy burden to bear, and I find that dynamic very interesting, you know. Plus the fact that he has to maintain his alter ego all the time. Clark Kent, he can't always be Superman. Because he has to be Clark Kent to like fit into society. He doesn't want everybody to know who he is, you know. There's that too, his relationship with Lois Lane, you know, and how he tries to fit in with society is very interesting when he is Clark Kent. So yeah, I love Superman's a great character and one of the greatest superheroes of all time. Now, next question is, who is your favorite Marvel character and why? Now for me that is definitely going to be Spider-Man. This is a great comic here by Todd McFarlane. The legendary Todd McFarlane had a great run on Spider-Man. So yeah, Spider-Man has always been my favorite character in comics and my favorite superhero. Not only does he have awesome powers, he's got superhuman agility, superhuman speed, super strength, and he's got that spider sense, which is awesome. He can tell right before someone's about to hit him or throw a punch at him. He knows when it's coming because he senses it. Or he can sense when something bad's going to happen or when the bad guy is about to come at him. That's a really cool power, you know. Also, he's like the coolest looking comic book character. He's so colorful with the red and blue costume, the cool mask, you know, with the white eyes, you know. It's awesome. I love it. And having the web shooters and you know, swinging through building to building, that's really cool. So yeah, and not only that is, I love Spider-Man's moral values, and I love the fact that Spider-Man, when he's fighting the bad guy, is also trying to stop the damage that the bad guy does in the process. He's always for good, and I love his sense of humor. He's got an awesome sense of humor. He's hilarious, and I love that he uses that to psych out the villains, you know. No matter how beaten up or busted up Spider-Man is, he can throw a one-liner at you and get inside your head and throw you off your game, and I love that. And, you know, I love the alter ego, Peter Parker. You know, it is kind of similar to Superman, but I think Peter Parker is a better alter ego because Peter Parker, you can't tell that Peter Parker is Spider-Man with that outfit on. I mean, come on. Alright guys, so Spider-Man is my final answer for that one, and thank you guys for joining me in the Marvel vs. DC tag created by Isaac's Reviews. So now I'm going to tag some people. I tag BRONCOJUGGALOTALKSMOVIES, Hellhound from the HorrorMetal channel, ANDREWBALLINA, Boogeyman Ben, Random Horror, Dave Maggot, and Horrific Nightmares JM. So guys, answer the call and do the Marvel vs. DC tag. And thank you for joining me, Sean Patrick Erschen, in the Sci-Fi Corner. Tune in and blast off.